The orbital debris screamed through Karvath's atmosphere like the wrath of forgotten gods. Commander Arya Lorne had approximately 47 seconds before the largest fragment turned the northern settlement into a crater. She ran. The Beast Clan settlement sprawled across the crystalline plateau, its structures built from polished bone and woven metal. Beautiful, ancient, and utterly defenseless against what was coming. Arya's boots hammered against the smooth stone as her HUD painted the trajectory in angry crimson across her vision. The debris field, remnants of the destroyed cargo hauler that had exploded in low orbit, was spreading like shrapnel from a grenade. "Lorne, abort!" Captain Chen's voice crackled through her earpiece. "You can't reach them in time. Get to the shelter!" Arya didn't respond. She could see them now. 3 Beast Clan cubs, their fur still downy with youth, playing near the edge of the settlement. Their guardian, an elderly female, was trying to herd them toward cover, but the cubs were frozen, staring up at the sky with wide, luminous eyes as death approached. 29 seconds. The Beast Clan had barely tolerated human presence on Karvath. Chief Varric had made that abundantly clear during the initial negotiations. His people stood nearly 8 feet tall, their bodies covered in striped fur that rippled over corded muscle. Their claws could rend steel, their fangs could crush bone, and their amber eyes held nothing but suspicion when they looked at humans. Prey species, Varrock had called them during the treaty signing. Weak, fragile. You survived not through strength but through hiding and tricks. 15 seconds. Arya's lungs burned as she closed the distance. The elderly guardian saw her coming and bared her fangs, a threat display. Even now, even with death falling from the sky, the Beast Clan's instinct was to drive the human away. "Move!" Arya shouted, but the guardian positioned herself between the human and the cubs, growling. 8 seconds. There was no time for diplomacy. Arya activated her kinetic barrier, a personal shield designed to stop projectiles never meant to handle something like this, and dove. She crashed into the cubs, wrapping her arms around as many of their small bodies as she could, and triggered the barrier to full expansion. The world became light and thunder. The debris hit like the fist of an angry god. The kinetic barrier flared brilliant blue, absorbing and redirecting the impact across its surface, but Arya had overclocked it, pushed it beyond its design specifications. The feedback tore through her nervous system like liquid fire. She screamed but held on, a second impact, a third. The barrier fractured and shrapnel punched through, tearing into her shoulder, her leg, her back. The cubs beneath her whimpered, their small bodies trembling but alive, protected. When the bombardment finally ceased, Arya couldn't move. Her HUD was dead, her armor cracked, and every nerve ending felt like it had been dipped in acid. She could taste copper, her own blood, and her vision swam with dark spots. But the cubs were stirring beneath her. Alive, whole. Heavy footsteps approached. Through her failing vision, Arya saw Chief Varrock himself, his massive form blocking out the sun. His amber eyes were wide, his ears pinned back, an expression she'd learned meant shock among his people. The human... His voice was a rumbling bass barely above a whisper. She covered them. With her own body, more Beast Clan gathered. The elderly guardian, covered in dust but unharmed, carefully extracted the cubs from beneath Arya's broken form. The cubs mewled and chirped, confused but uninjured. "Prey species don't do this," Varrock said, kneeling beside Arya. His massive clawed hand hovered over her, uncertain. "Prey runs. Prey hides. Prey saves itself." Arya tried to speak but only managed to cough blood. Her body was shutting down. Through the haze of pain, she heard Captain Chen calling for an emergency medical evac. Varrick's hand, surprisingly gentle, touched her uninjured shoulder. "What are you?" he asked. And for the first time since humans had arrived on Karvath, there was no contempt in his voice. Only wonder, only confusion. Arya managed to focus on his face. "Human," she whispered. "We're human. Your kind is small," Varrick said, his voice thick with something Arya couldn't quite identify. "Fragile. You have no claws, no fangs. You should have run. You had time to save yourself." "Cubs," Arya breathed. "Doesn't matter whose." Varrick's ears lifted, surprise. He looked at his people, at the cubs now being examined by their frantic parents, then back at the broken human before him. "You're predators," he said slowly, understanding dawning. "Not prey, but not like us. You don't hunt with claws and fangs." The medical shuttle was landing, kicking up dust and debris. Human medics rushed forward with a stretcher. Varric stood, his voice rising to address his people. "I have been wrong," he announced, his words carrying across the settlement. "The humans are not prey. They are pack-bond predators. They protect not through strength of body, but through strength of will. This one," he gestured to Arya, "this Commander Arya Lorne, she is a warrior. She has earned the clan's respect with her blood and her courage." As the medics loaded Arya onto the stretcher, Varric leaned close. "You will heal," he said, and it was not a question but a command. "And when you do, you will return. You will teach us about your kind, truly teach us. Because a species that produces warriors like you, we have much to learn." Arya's vision was fading, but she managed a small smile. "Not warriors," she corrected softly. "Just human." As consciousness slipped away, she heard Varric's reply, filled with newfound reverence. "Perhaps, Commander Lorne?" "That is the same thing." The last thing Arya saw before darkness claimed her was the three cubs, their downy faces pressed against the transparent walls of the medical shuttle, watching their savior with wide, grateful eyes. And behind them, an entire settlement of the Beast Clan, every warrior, every elder, every parent, standing with their clawed hands over their hearts in salute. Humanity had proven itself that day, not with weapons or technology, but with something far more powerful: the willingness to sacrifice everything for the innocent, regardless of species. The Beast Clan would never call them prey again.